You guys can unmute yourselves.
Longest I've ever held my breath.
Hello, darling. It's nice to see you again. Sorry, I don't have video. I've got some gremlins in my system.
Hello, sunshine.
Hi.
No problem, Ninz.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, so
Hi.
can we just go down the list and everybody introduce yourselves so that our listeners can hear who you are?
Yes.
Okay, we'll start with Chanel.
Hi, I'm Chanel. Yeah, so I'm excited to do my second time up on stage tomorrow.
Awesome, awesome. And Rafik?
Hi everyone, Rafik from Mitchell's Plain. Yeah, my first time doing stand-up. So I've been on stage before, never as a comedian, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
Awesome. And hi, Widad.
Hi, everybody. I'm Widad. I'm from Wynberg. My first time on stage tomorrow as stand-up comedy. I've been on stage before, but not to make people laugh. So I'm very excited, very nervous, but super amped.
Awesome, awesome. Mr. Webb.
Greetings, Mr. Webb was my late father. My name is Bevan. I'm a Scorpio. I like long walks to the fridge. I'm surprised I'm on the show because clearly you would like let anybody onto the show. This is me, Ninz.
No way.
Do you have any idea
Uh-huh.
how dangerous this might be? It could end up in a lawsuit of some kind. I don't know.
We look forward to that.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think there's Dale still. Hi, Dale.
Hi guys, my name is Dale Fredericks. I'm 17 years old. This will be my first show. I've done an online show before. So I'm an Instagram comedian, but I've never done comedy live. So it's gonna be really exciting.
Oh, this is so awesome. So welcome, everybody. I see some of you aren't here. You probably got some life commitments that side, and that's also okay. But I am definitely going to be at the show tomorrow. So let us start by just finding out a little bit about yourselves. We'll go down the list. How did you get started in stand-up? We'll start with Chanel.
Again, me. Okay, cool. That's fine. So like about 2 years ago, my fiance and I went to Armchair and we just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And we kept going. However, I don't want to become a comedian because I went to Armchair. People actually thought I was funny. So I thought, okay, then I should, you know. So I went up on stage a few years ago. And then that was my first time. I did enjoy it. I was nervous. People did laugh, but it freaked me out. It really freaked me out, but in a good way. And I couldn't wait to get up again.
Oh,
get up on stage again. But, you know, then life happened and lockdown happened. And I just thought, you know what, if I want to do something big after lockdown, let me just try and do the comedy thing again and see where it takes me.
That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And yourself, Dale?
I started, my brother showed me some stand-up of Eddie Murphy. I watched Delirious.
Legend.
And I was inspired.
Yes.
I was inspired by Delirious. Yes.
Sorry, man. I have a question for you. What exactly does it mean to be an Instagram comedian? Tell us, for the older people, the older folk who don't understand.
I thought TikTok was a drug.
So basically I haven't qualified to be a live comedian yet. So I'm like a chat comedian. I just give myself like all of us youngsters just give ourselves fake labels of what we do. So I'm an Instagram comedian.
Yes, but I mean you obviously have an Instagram account, eh?
Yeah.
And is that where you post your little skits on and things like that?
Arlene Peterson, she actually told me to come on a show, Comedy O'Clock, and I did a few shows with her. So yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Very nice. And what about yourself, Rafik? How did you get started?
Well, I didn't get started yet. I'm starting tomorrow. So
Fabulous.
it's always been a dream of mine to be on stage. I've been on stage a couple of times, but I've always been a fan of local comedy, international comedy. If anyone asks me, do you watch movies? I say, nah, put on a stand-up comedy and we'll watch that.
Absolutely.
Laugh me in much of laughter is the medicine, like you said on your show earlier on. Laughter is the cure for everything. And
Truly.
For me, I love making people laugh, but in conversation. I've never told jokes on stage. I just have a lot of nonsense to talk about. So comments and stuff like that. Sarcasm is my first language. So yeah,
I like that.
I also like that. Yes, I can't wait to hear tomorrow what is happening. And
besides Kham being my first language, sarcasm comes second.
And what about yourself, Bevan? How did you get started? Because I told Summer J earlier, you play the guitar. You're also an excellent singer. So how did stand-up come out of there?
She sold you so well. So you can't let us down now. Lots of pressure on you.
I'm gonna get you pom-poms for the next one, Ninz. Like my cheerleader. I've never done comedy on stage. I like to. I'm a middle child, so it's like a no-brainer. You know what I mean? And I'm met up with a few comics in my life, and I met up with Yaseen Baker, and we have a lot of conversation. And he's like, "I think you should try this, dude." So yeah, I am. Don't have an issue talking in front of people and stuff. I like to be the center of attention. I think middle child syndrome, you know. And also I've got two sisters, so I learned to multitask, so guitar, comic, all of those things, you know.
Nice. I love it. And Widad, what about yourself, lady?
So I've been a big fan of stand-up comedy all my life. I've been attending all the gigs, and in doing so, I befriended quite a few comics, and I've been urged by both the comedians as well as my friends. And a friend actually nudged me by suggesting that I join the Stand Foundation, which focuses on female comics. It's actually a project for women. So it's a stand-up for women project, which, you know, to just give more attention to the females, because females are often not taken that seriously within the comedy industry.
Yes.
So I joined that foundation. I was successful, and it's a mentorship program.
Yes.
And so it's just to help us hone our own material. We had to write our own material. But then Yaseen, he practically forced me to be on this open mic stage. so I didn't have a choice. But it's something that I'm looking forward to doing. I have quite a bit of work to do, you know, to get my stage behavior, to master that. But because I'm such a big fan of comedy,
yes,
it's very interesting to be on the other side, you know, and speaking to the audience. So that's basically it. That's how I came to be a part of it.
That's awesome. Summer J actually has a question for the ladies.
Yes, I was going to say, Ninz and I, we were actually discussing this yesterday.
Yes.
Or a few days ago, when we were, like, you know, getting our questions in order for you guys. And I mean, there are 12 of you and 3 of you are female. I'm hoping Bevan, Rafik, you guys are the males, eh?
Last time I checked, that was good.
It depends on the time. For me, it depends on the time of the week. Lockdown didn't touch bad, so sometimes on a Saturday I'm a stripper called Nancy.
Okay, well, besides Nancy, I mean, there's only three women here, so the ratio is like, what is that? I'm not a mathematician, guys, but
number
it's like
3 to 1.
3 to 1, yes. So basically my question is, like, it's predominantly a male platform if I think about stand-up comedy. I don't know if you guys agree with me. So I just wanted to know, how do you feel as women when you are welcomed on stage? Is it like a moment like, oh, it's a woman, and then you kind of like have to win them over? Or do you feel like it's kind of an equal platform?
I agree with you 100%. It's definitely male dominated, dominating, and I feel that maybe there's less women on stage also because depending in what state they're in, they could maybe put unnecessary pressure on themselves to get into the industry because it's male, you know? So, and I also feel like there's also maybe an unnecessary pressure that maybe women also put on themselves because maybe there's still that notion of you should be ladylike, you know? And I feel like,
oh my gosh,
you know, as I was preparing for tomorrow, in the beginning, I felt like my jokes were rehearsed and I thought that isn't me, you know. If I'm gonna be a comedian and I am naturally funny, I need to be real. I'm not gonna be ladylike. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No way.
And
So,
yourself,
that's
with
mine.
that?
I just want to touch on what Chanel is saying is that, you know, we are not taken that seriously not just in the comedy industry, but in life in general. Women are often oppressed and, you know, pushed aside. And just to answer your question as to like when you go up on stage, like I've watched female comics and the feedback and the responses from the audience, they can be very unkind. Because they don't take women seriously. And this project that I'm busy with, I think it's a great initiative to help encourage other people, not just in comedy, but in general. I think the comedy is a great start, you know, because it's lighthearted and it's fun to sort of just set the platform for more females to come forward and do this, to you know, stand up, empower each other and stand up for women in general. So it's very, very challenging because we have been reared to be the lesser sex. And you know,
and ladylike, as Chanel says.
Exactly. So for us to be taking this stance, I think it's a great initiative, and I encourage all the other females to come forward and try and do this.
Exactly. And I think also,
sorry, I just no, it's fine, Ninz, go.
No, so I was just going to say now, I think also if you have a look at the stand-up comedians throughout maybe since the 80s till now, a lot of the comedians from that generation, they do a lot of blue and black comedy. So a lot of them, so when you think of comedy, you generally tend to think along those lines. And then you try and associate a woman with that same type of comedy. It just like it doesn't compute in your mind. So I think it's a great thing that women are getting more exposure nowadays than they previously used to.
Agree, totally agree.
Summer J, you had a comment?
No, I just wanted to ask Widad one last question, because you said, so obviously you're sitting in the audience and you seeing the way they're responding to the other female comedians on stage. Do you feel like if that same comedian on stage was a man, they would have responded better to her presence or to her jokes?
Yes, I think I've experienced it myself. Where I go to a gig and there's a lineup where there are, say, 5 males and 1 female. And the responses are very different. And I think it's probably a mindset, and they go in, I think the audience go in with a preconceived idea that the males are generally more funny. But you know, you get some amazing female comics, but I don't think that they get the same support that the males get. And I think that the mindset needs to change.
Absolutely.
And they obviously have to work that much harder just to be on an equal footing with the guys.
Exactly.
Precisely, yes. Precisely.
Okay.
So guys, seeing as you guys are now venturing into stand-up comedy, we wanted to know, and our listeners probably would like to know as well, who are some of your local or international comedians that you enjoy or draw inspiration from? Bevan, we'll start with you.
Oh, I'm a big fan of like the Stuart Taylors, the Riyad Morsas, but also up and coming comics like Yazid Solomon's, the Yaseen Barnes, Yaseen Baker, all the local guys, Gerard Siebrits as well, Cape Town's only sit-down comic, and I'm the only one that can say that. He's a good lad. So yeah, there's a lot of talent out there. I mean, look at Dale, 17 years old, you know, wants to be on stage. That is, you know, shout out to Yaseen Baker for making this happen for him, you know. Sorry, Yaseen couldn't be with us today.
Yes.
But Cape Town in itself is filled with so much talent, whether it's music, comedy, poetry. We've seen it now over lockdown. You know, so many people stuck in their homes, having to be on Zoom meetings all day. So they started posting videos and things of themselves, either singing or telling jokes, whatever the case may be. Couples used to do a thing called Zoom Meet and Chill. I don't know, but,
Yeah.
you know, there's lots of talent in Cape Town, and we've seen it come out over social media over the last 2 or 3 years, and it's great to see. You know.
That's awesome. Awesome. What about yourself, Rafik?
Well, for me, look, again, like Dale said, my very first stand-up comedy. Okay, I maybe watched it before him, way before him. Eddie Murphy Raw was my very stand-up comedy that I watched, and I fell in love from there. It just rolled over. Currently, I'm following the likes of Steve Harvey. Natural guy when he speaks on his shows and so on, very natural. Kevin Hart has that aspect as well. Local comedians, oh my word, there's so many to mention. Bevan mentioned them all. That's why I respect guys making this kind of platform happen for guys like us who've always wanted to be there, who've always wanted an opportunity like this.
Absolutely.
And it's so amazing that there's so many. We are 12 artists going on stage tomorrow night. But there are so many others who are still sitting without an opportunity. Like I knew that I just needed to make contact with somebody for this opportunity to happen. I just needed to make a decision to be on stage.
Yes.
But there's so many other people that doesn't have this platform, that doesn't know these kind of people.
Yes.
So it's amazing. Big ups, respect to Baker man for making this happen. Respect
absolutely.
to the artists. Respect to the artists getting up on stage for the first time, for the second time, for the third time. It can be nerve-wracking. I know it is going to be nerve-wracking. I'm speaking a lot. I know. I'm sorry. That's just what I do.
Not to worry. How about yourself? How about yourself, Chanel?
I think, sorry, the question was first, who are my favorite local
or international that you enjoy or draw inspiration from? Yes.
Okay, so the locals, like Bevan said, the Yaseen Barnes, the Bakers, the ones, the literally the local ones.
Yes, yes.
I mean, because they inspired me to go up on stage anyway. Robbie Collins as well, and internationally, who now is international, is Trevor Noah, of course.
Absolutely.
And Dave Chappelle, because he makes you think. You know, I like the fact that he makes me think.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and I'm a fan of anybody who's actually willing to go up on stage for the first time, second time, third time, and like still
That's
doing
exactly what we were speaking
and having
about.
a passion for it. So yeah,
yes,
I'm a fan
having
of
the
them
guts
as
to
well.
go up on stage.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely, because it's terribly nerve-wracking. And what about yourself, Dale?
I have quite a bit of, because I watch quite a bit of stand-up. Locally, Dylan Willifeer, Dylan Willifant, Tall as Mo, definitely one of my favorites. Internationally, Eddie Murphy, my hero, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Griffin.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Those are some of the greats.
Some of the goats. The goat, Richard Pryor, definitely love to watch his comedy. And I like Cape Town. I don't watch a lot of Cape Town. Yaseen Baker, Arlene Peterson, both gave me the opportunity. Shout out to the Baker man, who went to go buy his Christmas clothes today. So unfortunately, he has to show us his shoes.
That was the emergency.
Oh, now we know what the emergency was.
Yeah, emergency was Christmas shoes.
Yeah.
And with that, what about you, lady?
Okay, so it's so funny that we were just talking about women being neglected and no one mentioned
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes. We are to blame as well. Sorry.
I'm going to start off with my female inspiration. So Shami Isaacs.
Yes.
I love her. Lindy, she was also my mentor during this mentorship program. She's amazing. I love Mel Jones. I love Mel. And there's another person, Lindy Johnson, who hasn't been doing comedy for I've been watching comedy for longer than what she's been doing it, but she is amazing. I love her.
Yes.
And even Arlene Peterson, Arlene and I, we became friends during this, this phase. And I love how real she is. I love all these women. They are just such a great inspiration. And then onto the males, I love KG. KG is hilarious. I love him. And Carl Weber, Yaseen, both Yaseens, the Baker and the Barnes. And Stuart Taylor, of course. I love how, and Gerard Siebret's personal friend of both Bevan and I just love how real they all are. And that to me is very, very important in comedy. I don't like, some people try too hard to be funny and then it comes across as being fake. So these people I've just mentioned are great inspiration. And I will watch these shows like multiple times, even though I've seen the same set, but I love it. I love them. They just awesome.
And I think I'm going to let Summer J ask the last question before we all say goodbye.
What was the last question, Ninz?
Is stand-up comedy their only job?
Yes. Okay. So I'll scratch my other questions. What do you all have? Do you all have other day jobs that keeps the lights on? Or I don't know if Dale ever had a job yet. I mean, he's only 17 years old. So I don't know. Day jobs, guys?
Yes. Definitely a day job, eh?
Okay. So I would like to know what you guys do in the daytime and at nighttime. You have this S in your chest and you go on stage and you what are you guys in the daytime? Are you guys like bus drivers and teachers and things?
Yeah, Rafik, why don't you start by telling us what's your normal day job?
Why when you mentioned bus driver, my name came up? Is it something personal? Do I need to take it personal? I don't know.
No, you have such a no. You know what it is, Rafik. You have this safe look, like I would put my child in your care. So it's a good thing. That's a good thing.
There we go.
That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
I'm gonna learn some stuff.
I'm gonna teach it some stuff. So yeah, besides being a parent to two beautiful girls, being a husband to a beautiful wife, I have a full-time job. I'm a sales consultant for a very popular gym company.
Okay.
I do that. I have a lot of other jobs as well. I do a lot of side hustles as well, just to keep the lights on. So yeah, it's tough out there, but this is what I always wanted to do. I can sell, I can do a whole lot of other stuff, but I've always wanted to do the stage, whether it be stand-up comedy, whether it be emceeing, whether it be singing. I've been singing since I was small already. I haven't been singing. My voice broke about 10 times since then. So I you know what? I do the odd karaoke here and there, but no. That stem syndrome don't work.
You should know. And you should know. Do you have a normal day job?
I do have a 9 to 6. Yes, I do. I have a 9 to 6. Sorry, I thought there's a bit of a delay. And I'm in admin, so I felt like, okay, as you can see, there's a playmat behind me, so I've got a child to feed, so that's why the 9 to 6 is there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but there was also this realization that there's definitely more to life than a 9 to 6, and you need to do something that you love, whether it turns into a big thing, or it's just something that just takes you away from day to day and just life. Then
absolutely
I'm up for that. Yeah,
absolutely. Now, Dale, you the baby of the bunch. Are you still at school, young man?
So a lot of people think that I do nothing, and they are correct.
They are correct.
The 15th, I'm done writing finals, and then I will officially be unemployed.
Well done, awesome.
Well done.
But I don't want to do anything but be an entertainer, whether that's stand-up comedy, actor, producer, director, radio presenter. That's all I want to do is entertain people. So I don't see myself doing a 9 to 5 or a normal job.
And how fortunate are you that you're able to realize that before you've even finished school? Some of us, we work for 20 years doing a normal boring 9 to 5 job in an office, and then we realize, but hey, this is not what I want to be doing with my life. Am I right?
Definitely.
And what about yourself, Bevan? What's your normal 9 to 5? Last I heard you were chefing somewhere.
No, I used to be a chef for 23 years. I've moved into finance and procurement and hotel rebranding operations. I'm currently rebranding a hotel in Cape Town. I've got a 14-year-old and a 4-year-old, so the day job has got to stick. I used to party till like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Now I get up 3 o'clock to give a bottle, 4 o'clock to pee, and 5 o'clock for work. But I got to do something to keep myself sane as well. I can't just be crunching those numbers and doing the everyday mundane drive to work, to earn money, to pay for a car that take me to work, and have no fun in the same breath. So I'm taking this opportunity to take something off my bucket list. I going to go spend 2 months in Ireland was on my bucket list. Then COVID, that's too expensive, so I'm going to do comedy.
Definitely. And what about Widad?
Yes, Widad. What about you?
So my job is quite interesting. I manage complaints. So
okay.
I fight with people all the time.
Nice.
So you deal with all the pardons.
All the gardens and the offspring. So currently I'm booked off due to ill health. So if I had to be employed full time, I would not be able to get to have had this opportunity.
Yes.
So this is part of my healing process.
Okay.
I love comedy, I love laughter, and I love meeting new people. So I have a lot more time and headspace to accommodate for all of this. So
okay.
I'm on a very, very long lockdown. It's been driving me nuts, but I'm actually happy that I'm in this space because it's helping me to get better mentally, emotionally, physically, all of those things. So I've been given strict instructions not to touch anything work related. So I'm happy to do that.
That is awesome though.
I don't have any kids. I don't have any other living thing that I need to take care of. So
nice.
All my energy
how lucky are you?
No attachment.
I don't know.
Living the life.
So Bevan, I love traveling, so I'm gonna join Bevan when we can go to Ireland together. It's also one of the places I would love to go to. So
awesome.
We're just gonna put that on my bucket list as well.
If I could just interject, I told you having me on the show was a bad idea. You check, I had to bring my own complaints department.
But I'm the diffuser. I'm the diffuser, so that's cool.
Widad, I have a question for you. Widad,
yes.
Does your job, because I mean that sounds like a very interesting job, eh?
Yeah.
Does that ever get you like material for stand-up?
You know what? I've been married to my job for all my life. I'm quite a workaholic. I haven't actually thought about material but you know what? Now that you mentioned it, I'm actually going to start writing about it because you get all kinds of all the years, you get all kinds of humor, and there's one thing that pops up where a client. It was a good couple of years ago. A client came into the office to come and fetch his gig. His one gig that he didn't get. So
okay. Oh my goodness.
Funny.
Oh my gosh. Guys, it has been an absolutely awesome conversation. I'm just sorry that there were gremlins in my machine and you couldn't see me. But you guys, I am so looking forward to seeing all of you tomorrow on stage at 8 o'clock at the Lounge in Crawford. I am super, super, super excited to see you and obviously see the rest of the guys that couldn't attend the interview today. And for our listeners out there, we will be posting this interview with these comedians on our Chapter One Radio YouTube channel. So be sure to check it out, guys. Bevan, Rafik, Widad, Chanel, and Dale, thank you so, so much. Summer, any words, last words to them before we say goodbye?
Thank you for having us.
Absolute pleasure meeting each and every one of you. Bevan, Widad, Dale, I am going to watch you, eh? I actually want to get a signature. I want to get your signature now, really. So when it's worth something, then I can say, I knew that guy. Like, I'm going to frame it now.
Absolutely. 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 Guys, it was awesome chatting with you this afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you all on stage tomorrow and bigger and better things than just your show tomorrow. Thank you very, very much for being here with us today.
Thank you very much, guys.
Pleasure.
Have a good
Bye.
one. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.